Alright, we're just gonna jump right into this. I'm gonna read the chapter, react to anything, and see you guys at the end to talk about it and review what happened. Yo, Doflamingo. There's an earthquake that sunk part of the world. It's not natural. What is it, Vegapunk? Please tell me. So all the Straw Hats are just fighting him right now, just to get out of here. That's the Mother Flame? Wow, interesting. What is that thing? Whoa! Insane. Okay. He's talking about the Void Century. Dude, they're going mad. I forgot so many people don't even know about the Void Century. Okay, yeah, he's telling us stuff we already know, and we're seeing him, which is insane. We get to see Choo Choo, or whatever his name is, Chow Chow? That's great. I can't believe that we're seeing him right now. Yeah, we knew this. Why is the ground moving? Why are the clouds stretching? Star of the story was born 900 years ago. They called him Joy Boy, the original pirate. Why does there have to be a break? Alright, let's talk. Let's talk about what I just witnessed. So starting from the top, we had Yamato. She's apparently going to deliver Yasui's blade in Enma's place, which is fucking awesome. Enma's getting, like, remembered, which is awesome. Did I say Enma? Yasui is getting remembered. Duh. This is probably not something I should get hung up on, but Mockery Town. I want to know where Mockery Town is. Like, what is Mockery Town, bro? That is such a random thing. Like, that's a very Oda writing right there, Mockery Town. And of course all they did was mock this situation, because why would they do anything else? We get to see Polly for all of one frame of question marking over people talking, which is just like, okay. We basically got to see almost everybody responding to this, and I think that's awesome. And I think seeing Doflamingo talking about going somewhere high up is interesting. Almost like he wants people to move to where the Celestial Dragons are, or something. Just an idea. Just an idea. I love how desperate they're getting. They don't know where it's coming from. They don't know what could possibly be doing it. They're just gonna kill everything. And that is... These guys are evil, obviously. We knew that. But the fact that they don't even care about the ramifications right now, just murder everything. Snuff out every single fucking breathing thing. Where is York going? That's my question. Where the fuck is York running off to? So right now, I think if there's a single person in this place that actually has a chance of stopping this, it's York. Because the whole shared brain thing, you know, she's the only one who could even maybe think of where it could be that would want to stop it. I do think this chapter had a lot of just, you know, him prolonging the message, but we could expect that, obviously. I'm very interested by the fact that we saw the Mother Flame. This thing looks crazy. A lot of people were predicting like, oh, it's Luffy, oh, it's this and that. No, it's a giant machine with a flame in it. Like, I'm sure there's more to it, but this is clearly an invention, and I think that's very interesting, you know? But it is probably based on something related to that robot, which is somehow related to Joy Boy. We're probably gonna get a lot more answers when we get the next chapter. I like that we get to see that the fucking giant robot's still going, but where is it going is my question. Where is it going? What is it doing at all? Oh, Luffy is in Gear 5 again. I thought he was disheveled. I'm getting a little mixed up on it because he's just constantly going back and forth lately. I find it very interesting that we get to see a bunch of Celestial Dragons reacting. And the way they did it is like they definitely have their own version of what happened at that time and are probably taught some form of partial truth because they're confused, you know? Saul, man. We got to see Saul. So there is a giant mountain in the back of one of these panels with him in it, which does lead credence to the whole he's an Elbaf theory. But at the same time, there's no way to know yet. I think the biggest piece of evidence that he is an Elbaf, though, are the trees. Saul's a giant. Look at the trees around him. Bigger trees, right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Choo Choo was in this chapter. Not much more to say about that, but always happy to see him here. I find it interesting that Vegapunk, like, frames what he did studying everything as sins, as if he did something wrong, just because the Celestial Dragons are perceived as gods. It's all interesting parallels. I find the whole cloud stretching thing really interesting. Like, what's happening there? And I didn't realize it, but I think Edison is at the Mother Flame doing something, which is interesting. I'm thinking maybe the Mother Flame is what's powering the message. Vegapunk leaving like a ultimate got him, basically. Like, oh, you're gonna have to destroy the one thing you really want in order to get rid of this message, or you're just gonna have to let them hear it. So Vegapunk says he only knows a fragment of this story, so obviously we're only gonna get a little bit of information, probably about who Joy Boy was and a little bit of stuff, but we're not gonna learn many things that we still have to learn from the poneglyphs, which is good because, you know, we're waiting for that, but I want to know how much we're gonna get blue balls with, you know? Luffy freaking just doesn't get the hint that if he doesn't stop punching this guy, he's just hurting himself and dude's not taking any damage. Even the Giants are like, bro, it's not working. He's just not listening. Like, I don't know what he's doing. They do confirm fully that Sun God Nika is from the fables on Elbaf, which is interesting. It does lead a lot into the whole Joy Boy could have been a giant thing, but we're, I guess, about to find out. I want to know what it it means when they say he was the first man to take to the seas. Like, were boats not invented? Like, what does that mean? What exactly was he pursuing that made him called a pirate? That's what I want to know. Because they say Joy Boy is the original pirate. What does that mean? That's what I'm excited to see elaborated on. Anyway, I don't know if I have a lot more to talk about. Theories, I guess. The Mother Flame, like I said, probably holding the message. Just my random crackpot theory. Joy Boy, well, we know he was the first pirate, right? So he probably set out in search of something. I'm actually starting to get on board with a theory I've heard online a lot, that Imu may have been like on Joy Boy's crew, and I do think Toki was on his crew, or at least knew him somehow, or was inspired by his story or something. Toki will be seen either in this flashback or in future Joy Boy stuff, because she came from the Void Century. There's got to be like relevance there. And she was specifically seeking like Wano in this year, which is like, obviously she knew something. Obviously he used Luffy's fruit. I think that's almost guaranteed to be said. But I don't know what he did, you know? Like, how did he become the villain of enemy of Imu? How did he even become to be called a pirate? Who was on his crew? What was he searching for? Who did he fight? How strong was he in comparison to Luffy? Did he always have his awakening, or did he have to awaken it too? I imagine he had to awaken it too. Does that mean he was also just a rubbery guy? Like, how much does he parallel Luffy? I'm willing to bet it's going to be in a lot more ways than we think, but there also has to be some relevance to his story, you know? Outside of the impact he left on the world. Like, why was he the first pirate? What does that mean? And he was born in the ancient kingdom. But how is that relevant as well? We have to know more information. I'm so excited for that. Anyways, guys, if you liked this, please let me know. I want to do more. I know I don't always have as much to say. I feel like I'm getting better at it. Sometimes there's a lot more substance to the chapters, and I know a lot of people like to fill them out, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not just gonna sit here and waste your time. I'm gonna say what I've got to say, and sometimes it's a repeat, sometimes it's new, but if you're here and you stick it to the end, then I appreciate it. So if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and as always, I'll catch you next time.